my mood, tryna steal swag. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got a big bag, I got them big mad. Gotta take them boys to school, cause they skip class. They be tryna steal my mood, tryna steal swag.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome y'all to the Shot Clock. I'm your host, G-Day Hoop Scout. Alongside me, I got Rob C in the gym, Coach Ant Willis. Fellas, how was y'all week, man? Just talk about it a little bit.
It was good, man. It was good. Once again, basketball is alive and well in Texas, man.
Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie. Good week. A couple of teams I predicted to win lost this week. So, yeah, all right, Rob. You can make your faces, bro. This week I was off, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. It does.
It does.
For facts. It does, for facts.
What about you, G?
My week was pretty good, man. Went to a couple of games. Y'all know I stay in the gym 6 out of the 7 days of the week, so just try to stay active, try to see as many kids as possible.
Gym rat for real.
And so that's just what I do. That's who I am as a person, man. Hey, you got to be able to find whoever's the up and coming player, man.
That's
sure.
true, though. That's true. That's very true. Some people don't understand that. Gotta do our job.
Yeah, no, we do. We have to do our job, man. Anything else before we jump in, man?
How
Ain't
about
got
those
nothing
Rockets? How about those Rockets?
Honestly, I'm not following along with the NBA. How are they doing? Like,
Well,
Are
they
they
won.
are they playing
They
better
won.
as a unit?
Yeah, they per game
Yeah, they
defensive rating went up. I think they're on a 5-game winning streak too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they ain't doing better than the Spurs right now, but they all right. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's surprising. Them boys look good. That's surprising.
Thank you.
Surprising. Man, let's jump in this show.
I'm excited for this show. I'm excited.
Yeah, a couple good topics today. G-Day did his thing today, man. G-Day did his thing today. Ooh, hey, get to talk about the playoffs. And y'all know I'm coming with that hot topic today again. Ooh. It's going to be lovely.
All right, fellas. Hey, real quick. Do y'all plan on going to any games this week? Let the people know.
Yes, starting tomorrow I am.
Oh, who play tomorrow?
I'm going to Madison and Northside tomorrow, 5:30 at the Pavilion.
Okay.
That's the first one, and then I'll go from there because I need to start. You know what I'm saying? Playoffs coming, so I need to see how people playing on the second half of district. So I start the week off right.
Yep, playoffs is coming. All right, real quick, we're gonna hop into this video, fellas. This is more of a recruitment video than
Football
anything
so
else.
hot, I'm shocked too.
All right, Chris Moore, 6'2" guard out of Manville High School, Manville, Texas. Been having a really solid season this year. First year playing varsity basketball as well. He's a tough defender. He can score the ball pretty well, mid range, inside. Outside jumper has been improving a lot for him. He has the skill set, but sometimes just maybe not the IQ or the awareness of when and how. But he always has good moves, always able to create for himself, create space, create for others as well. Rob, I know you know a lot about this kid, man. Just talk on him for a little bit.
Nah, man, I know this kid. And you know what the crazy part is? I never met him in person, but I know all about him. Like, just really quickly, like, great pedigree. His father played in the NBA for the New Jersey Nets, Utah Jazz, Phoenix Suns for a while, Auburn legend. I had the pleasure of being coached by him. Saved my life. I call him Pops to this day. Great pedigree of family. Had a brother play at HBU. Had a brother play at brother Michael is an assistant coach at Houston Christian right now. He played at Colorado State for 4 years. I tough as nails. Chris, one of the best defenders in the whole city to me, and arguably when he locked in the state, in my opinion. He got some things to work on offensively, but he's steadily improving. Very talented, uber athletic for his position and his size. He just got to fix a couple of things, like mechanic wise with his shot, but it's coming along. He got good defensive awareness. He got to kind of work on his ball handling a little bit, but overall a good prospect though, man. He come from great family though, man. Great, incredible pedigree, man.
Coach Ant, man, when you're looking at a guard, what is it that you're looking for in the guard?
IQ. For me, off top, is IQ. A feel for the game. I think that kind of goes with IQ. And then what are his strengths? I think there's different type of guards. Some guards are downhill, aggressive to the rim. Some guards play off of their shot, where a lot of the things they do is to get to their shot. And, some point guards are just facilitators. I'm saying? They always do the right thing. So for me, I love guys who are downhill guards. I was a downhill guard, aggressive to the rim type guy, 90s basketball, but for sure got to have a feel and good IQ for the game, understanding, how to get their teammates involved and things from that standpoint.
Okay. Rob, how about you, man? What is it that you look for? What is it that coaches ask you when they ask you about guards?
IQ. Can they play the position? Can they defend the position? Because you can only play the position that you can defend on the floor.
Facts.
They don't really ask much. I mean, they want to know if you can score to keep the defense honest, but can you be an extension of them on the court? Can you run the offense? Can you feed the ball in the post? That's an underrated value that a lot of kids don't work on these days. And just overall, just IQ and position for the size. I mean, for the size for the position. I'm sorry.
All right, real quick, you spoke on something. You said feeding the post.
Oh, I was just about to say something about that.
Can we talk just for a little bit? Can we talk about that? Why do y'all feel that young guards don't like to feed the post?
Because that's not the game no more. Like, the truthful thing is, coaches now, it's a guard play game now. Like, you got to have solid guards who can, put the ball in the hole, create off the dribble, shoot, and things like that. But truthfully, what has happened, which I feel is very, very, very poor teaching in the grassroots, is that we don't love bigs no more. Like, if a kid sit on the block, we trying to push him off the block. We don't want him on the block. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes I see coaches don't teach kids to play the short corner dunk position, where at the college level, that's very what you're going to play, because, again, the guard drive, getting the paint, slide over, drop off, throw the oop. Like, Kentucky, mastered that with the Anthony Davis, the Noah, all those. That's the type of style, we at. But you got to know how to pass. like, don't get it twisted. You still got to know how to feed the post. The game is still inside out. But I think a lot of times now, when these kids go to these trainers and stuff, the focus is on dribbling, shooting, and creating for themselves. That's it. Like that's literally what it's about. It's not teaching them how to have a feel for the game or how to get the other man involved or even do a lot of drills where the ball is not in their hand. And then overall, working on feeding the post, how to make a bounce pass, how to get the ball, things like that, because that's important. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If you watch any level in college basketball, any level, and Baylor, Alvin Brooks, them guys, I did a coaches clinic over there, like during the pandemic where Alvin Brooks was on there. My guy, what's car name? They on Access Network.
Oh, Brian Burton.
Brian Burton was, he was getting coaches on there, and it was amazing that Baylor talked about teaching the guards to understand that how long in the percentage do you think a guard has the ball in his hands? Like, and some kids would be like, oh, I got the ball 50%, 70% in my hand. Honestly, if that's still going on, I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't no good basketball. I'm just being real. James Harden, by far, is one of the best players I've ever seen to have a ball in his hand and be productive and had a ball in hand more than 50% of the game. Your best guards, LeBron, Steph Curry, hey, bro, hold on. Hey, Damian Lillard, CJ McCullough, those type of guys play without the ball in their hands. You know what I'm saying? They move, things like that. Now, LeBron has the ball in his hand, but he's always getting off of it. It's always moving. But I think that's something we got to understand because a lot of colleges still feed the post. They still feed the post. Like, they still play off the post. Pick and roll. You got to be able to pass.
You do.
That's and who's that? Marlon Lowe said that a minute ago, like a couple of years ago. I was looking at something he was saying, and he said, "Man, they don't want to see how many times you can jack that thing up. They want to see if you can feed the ball, man." To me, that's a more you. If you tell somebody to feed the post right now, you probably gonna get. They gonna be looking at you crazy, throwing that mug out of bounds off the backside. They don't work on that no more. They don't care about that no more.
Nope. That's why bigs want to shoot.
But even it don't always have to be the low post though. Like
no. Elbow.
High post, elbows, high post in the middle. Like you'll see it, but it's more so of in the high post to create something for the guard.
For the guard, yep.
Because the guy never catches the ball and faces up in the high post. And so I just, you brought that up, that kind of poked at me a little bit. So I just wanted to talk about it real quick before we get into Carol's Corner, man. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's hop into Carol's Corner real quick, fellas.
One thing you'll never see me do, and that's giving up. That money, you right, can't get enough. Pump pressure to the game, and I ain't letting up.
What's going on, people? I know normally y'all are accustomed to seeing me with a guest on today, but I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. Man, I wanted to talk about something real quick, man. I ain't gonna be long. I just want to talk about season, a moment, opportunity, man. I talk to and hear a lot of kids in the city say, I'm slept on, they don't promote me enough. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care about me. Y'all don't talk about me. Y'all talk about the same people. And anybody who know me know I ain't scared. I'm unlike any other evaluator. I talk to the kids. I go in those conversations. I let them ask me questions or whatever. So they just got me going through different things. So I went back and I looked at some movies. I looked at some basketball movies. I watched Sebastian Telfair Through the Fire. I watched Shea Cotton. And I watched Shea Cotton documentary, and I watched Lenny Cook's documentary. And if y'all know who them three dudes is, them three are the most hyped recruits from middle school to high school, probably in the last 25 years, sans LeBron James. Shea Cotton was probably one of the most hyped kids in middle school ever out of California. he had it all. He had all the talent in the world. You know what I'm saying? And different things, politics and injuries and stuff slowed him down where he didn't really get his chance in the NBA. Sebastian Telfair, he had the lineage. He's a cousin of Stephon Marbury. His brother Jamel Thomas played at Providence for 4 years, led the Big East in scoring. Sebastian Telfair was in New York, which is the biggest media market probably in the world, one of them. He broke the New York scoring record. He the first dude to win 3 PSAL championships. He sands Rick Pitino in Louisville to enter the draft in 2004. He got picked 13th by the Trailblazers, and it just went downhill. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He was on the cover of Slam with LeBron. Lenny Cook was in the 2002 draft. He was the #1 recruit in his class in 2001. He was over LeBron and Carmelo, Martin Stoudemire, all these dudes, Paul Davis, and all these dudes that was probably made the league, you know what I'm saying, Jerry Jack or whatever. And I'm saying all this to say, like, you can get all the hype in the world from Marcus Sloan, from Jim Hicks, from Jeffrey Day, from me, from Coach N. But if you don't got the game to back it up, man, you ain't gonna go nowhere. That's why the transfer portal got 1,000 people in it, man. I just want y'all to just start concentrating on working, man. I think that's what we need to get back to, the fundamentals and foundations of working, man. You don't gotta have no trainer to be good. You don't, and I'm not disrespecting trainers because, yeah, you know, trainers are an important part in the grassroots scheme. But you don't have to have no trainer to be good. You don't have to go in the gym to be good. You can go to the park and be good. You don't have to go work out in the gym. You can work out in the park. Like if you wanna make it, you can make it. Because all these dudes who made it that didn't get a lot of publicity or notoriety, man, they worked. They worked, man. And I said those 3 names because it goes to show you that you can be in the limelight all you want to. But if you don't got the work ethic and the skills to back it up, man, you ain't gonna go nowhere. And your parents can't save you. Your AAU coaches can't save you. Nobody can't save you. Because if I'm a college coach and I got a mortgage and and my kid in college and they got tuition and I got a wife that's accustomed to things, and you coming in and think you're a hot shot and think you know everything, and I got a 22-year-old transfer that's been through it before, who you think I'm gonna pick? Like, I'm not gonna pick you. You're not gonna listen. I ain't gonna pick you. Like, I think we all as a city need to humble ourselves, man, and understand that basketball is a global entity now. It's millions and millions and millions and millions of people trying to get to the NBA, man. It's millions and millions of kids trying to get D1. I talk to coaches all the time. They like, oh man, I talked to such and such. I tried to reach out to him. He won't even text me back. And it's like, then you'll tell me, oh man, I'm slept on. Well, how you slept on? And I just talked to 6 D2 coaches and they say you won't even return a phone calls. Everything ain't about the name or what sound good or what's sexy to say when you come back to the gym or you go back to your school. Like, oh man, what school you go to? Man, I go to Illinois State or I go to Ohio or whatever, and I look it up and you don't play or you average 2 minutes a game. Like that's a waste of time, man. I just think that we as a city, parents, coaches, AAU coaches, stop lying to these kids, man. Stop lying to these kids, man, because y'all do that a lot, man. And I'm not trying to pick on nobody, man, but y'all AAU coaches, man, stop lying to these kids, man, because y'all setting these kids up for failure, man. Just because you played on the circuit, just because you played on the EYBL, just because you played on Adidas Gauntlet, just because you played in the association, just because you played in NY to LA or UA Rise or whatever circuit, the chilling circuit, they don't guarantee you that might guarantee you that you might go D1, but it ain't gonna guarantee you that you're gonna stay D1. And if you think I'm lying, it's a whole bunch of stories in this city that you can go look up and ask kids, man, what happened? And they'll tell you. Because if you go ask Sebastian Telfair right now, he said in an interview like 2 years ago, he should have went to Louisville for at least 2 years. But everybody had their image for him. They didn't let him get no tattoos. They made him smile a certain way. And it'll work. It'll work when you're in that environment. But once, and me and my fiance was talking about this, once you become a professional, he 18 now. He not old enough to go hang out with everybody else, and but he in the limelight where he can't do the crazy stuff that a normal 18-year-old can do. So you got to think about all this stuff, man. I just want y'all to start thinking and understanding what's going on with yourselves, man, for y'all blame other people. That's it, man.
Hey, Rob, let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna show them my screen. Hey, he asked to go to the G League.
Dennis Smith Jr.
Dennis Jr. asked to go to the G League. And he's one of those guys who, hey, man, baller plug. Hey, I see you. There you go. Hey, he asked to go to the G League. And for me, Rob, you hit some key points, man, that I think we need to kind of go back to. First thing you said was seize the moment. That's the first thing you said, you know. And for me is, I think what's the problem when people say when we talk about seize the moment, when is that moment? See, a lot of people don't understand that moment may not be when you want that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes in life, the opportunities we get, we got to understand when that opportunity and moment is coming, because sometimes we want that opportunity moment too fast and we're not actually prepared for it. And that's how some people, like you said, Sebastian Telfair, he wasn't ready to go to the league yet. Now, he was good enough to go to the league, but he needed to grow and develop. I give an example, like the biggest thing for me is I fell in that trap with my son. And the reason why I fell in that trap is because before he came into my life, I was a person who moved a certain way in the basketball world. Rob, you even said it, because when I crossed over and started being evaluated, you was like, hold on, Rob, you be giving us the business. And I was like, look, bro, hey, you know, it's cool. But I think the biggest thing is once we actually got involved in it, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to switch over and be evaluated, because to get parents to understand the truth behind it, because it's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'll be honest, like my son Evan in 2 years last year was redshirted. This year he's only played a couple games. And that's hard to watch from a parent. Like, well, man, my son should be playing. He's good enough and he's talented. But at some point, what you just said, and now again, I'm gonna get on these college coaches. Explain to the kids, like, hey, if I got the opportunity to get 2 junior transfers from a 4-year D1, most solid 9 out of 10, I'm gonna play them more. I just am. You may get a couple times on the court, but I'm gonna play them more. And then sometimes, let's get even better. I mean, I give an example. Sometimes they'll play a freshman and sophomore who they feel that they don't have expectations of, so they don't have to deal with certain heat when they sub that person out for those veteran guys, so that they'll start them or play them. But when you start looking at those minutes, those veteran guys are playing more minutes. So don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand. And then the other thing you said is like kids understanding about, like, the moment ain't D1. The moment is college basketball. So meaning opportunity. When someone come to your game and watch you and say they like you and they're interested in you, man, you better show them some attention, because it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. So that's why I think the biggest problem is that you did seize your moment. When that college coach come and say, hey, you know, I like you, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm looking for you to come to my college. And then you seize the moment. You got somebody to like you. Like, somebody's recruiting you. Now, granted, some kids want to be at a higher level, things like that. I get it. You know, sometimes you don't want to just be like, oh, I'm selling for this. And I get it. But like we talked about on the last show, and I'm going to be done, Rob, is like, if you got 20 D2s interested, 1 D1, and 5, you know, D3s, go where you want it. You know what I'm saying? Go where you want it. Don't try to just settle for that D1 because, oh, I got a D1. But, hey, bro, you better ask him where you're going to play. You better ask him what your role is. And sometimes, like we said before, that's the tough questions. And I really believe, man, Rob, you hit a very, very Like, it's really the truth, man. Like, we have to humble ourselves and realize that the opportunity is to play college basketball. Simple. D3, D2, D1, NAIA, JUCO. Man, let's get better yet. Lone Star Community College, because some people better realize Lone Star Community College play Division I schools, JUCOs. So if you're looking for a prep, go there and you can get your education and then try to go get you some film. But a lot of kids don't know that. Like Chung used to coach at Lone Star South Fair. I coached at Lone Star Talking for 5 years and helped 5 to 10 kids go to college. But people don't know that. So again, man, it's
and I'm gonna give a quick example.
Kingwood, man.
I'm gonna give a quick example. It was a kid when I used to work in another organization. His name is Abdul Hakim Fofana. This man was sleeping. He came over here from Botswana, Africa. His man was sleeping in a 2-bedroom apartment with 13 other relatives. He was going to Lone Star Community College. We took the kid. Kid was already smart. We sent the kid to Dakota College of Botno. That's 8 miles away from the Canadian border. It's in the Mondak Conference. He played 1 year in that conference. He got a scholarship to Missouri State. He got unfortunate accident, messed his feet up in the cryo machine at Missouri State. Anyway, stayed at school. I told him, hey, man, stay at school, get your education. He like, man, Coach Rob, I can't play no more. I'm like, man, get your education. Man got his degree, master's degree in engineering, man. Finna start making 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about what the basketball do, because one day the basketball gonna stop bouncing, man. I was just enamored to go. Like, if y'all go look at the end of that Lenny Cook documentary, man, y'all will see the pain in his eyes because he was so arrogant and he didn't want to work. And the man said something pointedly at the Howard Garfinkel 5-star camp. He said, it's easy to be responsible when you always responsible. It's hard to pick and choose when you want to be responsible. And he never wanted to work hard. And at the end of the movie, all the dudes that Joakim Noah was a little kid when he was at ABCD camp. He was at the game watching Joakim Noah hoop, watching Carmelo Anthony hoop, watching Amari Stoudemire hoop. All the dudes, his son said, oh, LeBron, my favorite player. And he used to kill these dudes. And that's something that, and he doing better right now, but that's something he got to eternally live with for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? And taking it even further, and GD, I know I'm long-winded, but I'm finna wrap it up.
Oh, you good.
And I said this for myself. I'm the other dude. You know what I'm saying? Like G-Day had a Division I scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Sloan, he did his D1 thing. Chris Hines played basketball in college. All these dudes. I'm the dude that didn't go to college. And it was a Division I coach that just recently died that came to my house 2 summers in a row after I graduated. Chris Moore, that's why I say he saved my life. He kept telling me, son, take the scholarship. I told him, nah, I don't want to go. Coach came to my mama's house again. He said, son, I might be dead and gone. This is going to be the worst mistake you ever made in your life. And he was right. And it's not because I didn't go play basketball. It's because I didn't go get my education. Because who knows what would have happened. And I see, and that's why when kids ask me why I stay outside 30 minutes to talk to them, it's because I see something in you. I see myself in you. And I don't want you to go through the trials and tribulations that I had to rebuild in my life for because of a mistake that I made when I was 18. Because 18 and 35 come real fast, man. And I'm done with that. I'm done.
Hey, Rob, boy. Hey, boy, you hit a good topic, and it's gonna help my topic today, boy.
No, that was good, Rob. You did a good job, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, that's all that we can do is be honest, be transparent, and keep it real at all times with everybody, no matter what or who the kid is, who the parent is. Because if we can't do that, then how can we keep it real with our own children? That's something that I always say all the time. Because people always ask, man, how can you be a scout and you have a son that hoop, or how can you do this? Easy, man. Look, I know what level my son is. I never ranked him in front of nobody. I never try to push him in front of, because that's not him. He's not that kid. If he was that good, I would rank him up there. I would talk about him.
I like to go on the record and say that boy Lil Jeff did hoop his ass off for me. So that's all that matters. And
I'm not saying that
he put up
I ain't
numbers.
saying that he can't play. I'm not saying that he can't play. He can. He's doing well right now in college, playing basketball. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he wasn't one of those top guys, so there was no point of promoting him as a top guy. And so I feel a lot of parents kind of get in the way of their kids and not be realistic and just think that okay, because my son has competed against X, Y, and C. My son has been teammates with kid at Duke, kid at Illinois, kid at Texas State, kid at Texas Tech. Like he's had a kid in Missouri right now. He's had these kids on his team when he was younger, and when he was younger, guess what? He was a little bit better than them, but it don't always end that way. And guess what? They still friends. They still cool. They get on the Xbox. They talk crazy to one another. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it's about. It's about building relationships. It's about my son being able to use basketball as a tool to go to college, to graduate with a degree, and to graduate with as a minimal amount of debt as possible. And that's what you want to do. And as you said, man, get that degree, get that paperwork. Hey, you only get one chance to go to school debt free. When scholarships is offered, you gotta take them.
Man, boy, that's 100, and that's one of the biggest thing. Also, I need parents to understand this too, man. Like I understand for some of the more fortunate people in today's world, you saving money for your kid to go to college. Please stop letting them go to Texas A&M instead of letting them go to Trinity University and play basketball. And what I mean by that is there are kids who get opportunity to go to good D3 educated schools, and instead of them, going to that school, enjoying playing college basketball, they want that status. I'm gonna go to Texas and go, man, look, I was gonna do whatever it took for my mom and them not to spend no money for me to go to college, regardless. If they save me $300,000 since I was young, when I get done playing at Trinity for free because I got an academic scholarship, give me that $300,000 in my pocket. And I promise you, I better do more with that than go to Texas A&M and blow $300,000. When at the end of the day, I'm sorry, man. Like one thing I would say is if you can enjoy college playing a sport or being involved in something, man, it's you meet people. You get to, be doing different other things and stuff like that. Like understand kids. That's why I say it don't matter D1, D2, D3. It don't matter. The opportunity of being able to do something you love to do before you got to go. Because again, before you got to go clock into this world and get this job and pay these bills, you better enjoy it. Like that's why I say, man, we leave a lot of kids hanging to dry because we try to make them live to this hype, man. Like this hype gotta go, bro. Like it gotta go, man. Like, hey, it gotta go, man. Like again, I understand kids being able to be on the level that they feel that they are and what their worth is. Okay, I get it. But just because you should not go to college just because you didn't get a D1 offer, but you had D2, D3, NAI offers. That's my issue. Like Facts. You should not go to school and play basketball just because you didn't have a D1 offer. Facts. That's a problem. That's the problem.
No, facts, man. Hey, we finna jump into this next segment. Y'all see I got my shirt on today, man. Baseline boys, man. Hey, let's
baseline.
He's up. Fire.
How's my good people out there in the universe? It's a special Baseline Boys. It's a Baseline Boys on the road. I got Latho with me.
What's up, people?
We're going to talk about a little basketball real quick. We got John Cooper playing Houston Christian this week. That should be a tough game. Shout out Dulles girls. They won district. They did some big things. Naya Thread got her flowers for scoring 1,000 points. Stratford versus Side Creek. Side Creek's last home game of the season before they get prepared for this playoff run. But we're going to really talk to you about a college game that we saw this weekend, and we'll talk about the different aspects of it. But, Lathan, who did we see this weekend?
We seen the Battle of the Piney Woods. My alma mater, Stephen F. Austin versus Sam Houston. two good programs in the Southland Conference. Stephen F. Austin is dominated most of my years there, which was starting in 2013, and SFA had a coaching change, but that didn't change none. They still remain dominant. So as far as the game yesterday, SFA has been dominant this whole season. Upset win in Auburn. I believe one more upset I can't remember. Predicted to win conference as usual. Have a guard in Marissa Banfield who can shoot the ball. Well, when she first got there, she was just mostly a shooter because of who they already had. But now last year she turned her roles of a starting point guard. She's done a great job with the offense. It's efficient, and she knows how to affect the game without hitting her jump shots. And a backup guard too, Bree from Tatum High School, Marshall, Texas Tatum High School. Very shifty guard. Can shoot the ball, can run off as well. They play very unselfish basketball. And Sam Houston just didn't have enough for him. SFA is really big down low with a couple 6-footers down there. They have the two sisters, Anaya and Aaliyah Johnson. Both can shoot. Anaya is very dominant down low, knows how to use her body very well. Good at using a pump fake. Leah just added a 3-point shot. Well, I'm not gonna say she just added. She's been having it, but she's polished it where it's now you can't leave her open. She's very efficient with a jump shot now. And Markel just does a great job with the offense. And Coach Raven over there, Coach Justice at Sam Houston, she does another great job. Great job with the Sam Houston girls every single year, but they just didn't have enough for them, man.
I agree with everything in that excellent assessment because, when we first walked into the game, yes, we didn't get there on time because of traffic and the bad weather.
We got there in the first quarter.
Yes, we did, and it was 8-3, and Sam Houston was up. So it just like Stephen F. Austin got in its groove, and they never really looked back, and they never trailed the whole game after that. Shout out to Sam Houston, got the leading scorer in the WAC.
Yes, oh man.
I should say Southland Conference because they're not in the WAC yet.
But she can score that ball. She can score it at
all three levels, and that's key because a lot of girls think, I can go score threes. That's what's needed at the next level, and that's not. We're talking pace and space, being able to put the ball on the floor, get to your spot, and get a contested bucket. And a lot of kids don't know that these days. But we just wanted to, talk about the different type of women that we got to see play, and highlight a program that really gave us so much. Oh, you're good. Gave us so much access behind the scenes. We got to interview the Sam Houston State coach, assistant coach. We got to talk to the players. We got to see the ESPN control room. So we just really want to shout them out, for showing extra eyes.
Kevin Meyer. Shout out Kevin Meyer for the media passes.
Shout out Kevin Meyer for the media passes out here. We appreciate you, my guy. And we just appreciate covering women's basketball and hoping you love women's basketball as much as we do. What's up, Bella?
Hey, man. Stay on the road. Stay grinding, man. Y'all be safe coming back. Y'all be careful, man. It's still the end of the month, so it's still a lot of speed traps out there.
I got a question for you.
I want to highlight a guard there. She's from Sweden that they have, Stephanie Fisher. Oh my goodness, she can shoot the ball. She knows how to handle it. She can get her shot down. She scored all three levels, and she's a good defender. Like she's another one. That's the girl who needs more recognition out there. She's very good, and she can play down low.
See, we out here scouting for the WNBA out here on the shot clock.
I see you and Lake though putting in the work, man.
Yeah, I'm putting in that work, man. Shout out to SFA and Sam Houston.
You go back to what y'all was like. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Lato.
I was gonna say it goes back to what y'all was saying. How like Stephen F. Austin, they've been dominant ever since I've been there, especially in the women's. We had a girl named Portia Roberts get drafted by Silver Stars in like 2015, 16. Taylor, can't remember her last name. She was from Pflugerville, Conference Player of the Year. She was a dominant lefty. And, if that's it's in the Southland Conference, they're moving to the WAC now, so they get better competition. But if you want to win and get a good playing system, and, Coach Kellogg going to put you in position to score the ball. If you're a forward, you're going to average 10 points per game in that offensive system. It's a fact.
They scored that thing. What you was going to say, Rob?
Now, I'm finna ask the question, man. I don't know too much about the women. I know some about women's college basketball, but not a lot. But I wanted to ask you, I'm putting you on the spot too. Do you think, in this high school, do you think that Dulles can make a run to regionals this year?
They're probably the most complete team. They don't rely on any one girl. Like between Jakaya, you got Easy sister over there. You got Naya, and I'm sorry for not saying the names correctly.
Yeah.
But I know those kids, and they're some hoopers, man. Like from the 1 through 4 spot, I don't really know their post players as well, but they can even pull them off the bench because they got them. So can they make a run? Yeah, they definitely can make a run because a lot of the teams from the Houston area, 2 players. You stop 2 players, and then you're going to take your chances with the 3rd player either killing you or not being on that night. With Dulles, who do you walk in and, okay, if you say I'm taking away Naya Threat, that's cool. Everybody else going to bust your tail too, though. And they play great team defense.
Heard.
They might be the more athletic pressing team defense in the city, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Okay. All right.
Hey, Ant.
What's up?
On the girl side, are there opportunities like that as well? Like you was talking for the boy side, like going to
Lone Star.
Lone Star? Do they have?
Yes. Yes. So like Lone Star. Again, Tombo, I know I'm talking about because I was there. Like I can speak on that.
Talk about what you was there about.
So like when I was there back in 2000, actually from 2009 to like 2015, I was there. I played and then I started coaching. Our girls actually played against like Blinn Junior College. Who else they played?
Shout out Coach Shu at Blinn.
Yeah, we played against a couple more girls teams, but like Coach Chris did a great job with that. But a lot of the Lone Stars have teams, and what people need to understand is this, okay? The Lone Star, you can go and get some quality film because like Northwest HCC used to be dogs. Like when I say dogs on the girls side, I'm talking about dogs. Like if a lot of girls who didn't go play like right off like D3 or something like that, they would go to Northwest when people know this, but I know Rob know about this. League America back in the day, you know what I'm saying, 10 courts, HCC Northwest is right in front of used to practice there. HCC Northwest boys and girls, and you had guys who played there who went D3, went D2, went NAIA. Now, over the last couple of years, you've had a couple guys in there, like I said, Chung has done a very good job at Lone Star South Fair. Coach Chris still at Lone Star Tom Ball. Coach Marks at Kingwood, what I'm saying? So those teams right there, those are godfathers of the Lone Star and like North Harris. But you got North Harris, you got Lone Star Tomball, you got Lone Star South Fair, Lone Star Kingwood, Lone Star Montgomery. And then what happens is TSU puts in a club team, U of H puts in a club team, U of H downtown puts in a club team, Texas A&M puts in a club team, and North America sometimes they play against them as well. So again, what people understand is you'll slip up and play against some decent guys. And if you're trying to just get you some film, to get a D3 school to look at you because you didn't really play that much in high school or whatever, don't get it twisted. That film can be good, especially if you at Cy-Fair, Tomball, or Kingwood, because they playing against JUCOs. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Coach Chris, D. Jesus at Lone Star Tomball has been in the Lone Star Conference for 15 years. He coached me back in 2005. You know what I'm saying? 2006, when I came back home for Temple College, he coached me there. So, I mean, he can get any JUCO game. Blinn, Angelina tournament, Kilgore tournament, Navarro, all the D3s in Dallas, Mountain View, Cedar Valley, Eastfield. Man, what's the other one? North Lake. All those schools, man, we played all of them. Everybody. Like, I remember for 3 years in a row, bro, I played 60 games. 60 games. 60.
That was in the budget?
This what happens. What a lot of people don't know with Lone Star, and we can move on after this. From September to November, you play your fall conference where you play against like Lone Star, those schools. So you're going to get about 10, 11 games. Then you get a playoff. From November to February, we will play JUCOs. So when you see all those schools go play the JUCO, just like you do for the big time D1s, you see the D3 go get smacked for money at the D1. That's what we would do. We'll go get us 10 boxes of pizzas, and Coach Chris will get his little bread, and we'll get smacked by Blinn by 60. I mean, it doesn't keep it 1,000. But if you was a guy, well, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to toot my horn, but get 20 in a game, Blinn will go to coach and be like, hey, you know, who's this kid, or you know, things in that sort. You know what I'm saying?
Toot
But
that horn, Ed.
But what would happen is, what a lot of people understand is, from November to February, we would play almost 20 to 40 games. Like, just what we used to do. We would go to Dallas Thursday to Saturday. We would play Mountain View or Cedar Valley Thursday. Play Friday, play against Cedar Valley, and then Saturday play against Eastfield and North Lake. So we would play all 4 teams within 3 days, and they're all Division III JUCO. So we would get like 30, 40 some games, and then we'll come back with the spring and do 10, 11 more games in conference. So when you buy done, you can play 40 to 60 games within September to March. And then you go to the nursery, the National Intramural Recreation Conference Championship, where you go play at Oklahoma State. You can go play in nationals, everything. So you'll end up with about 60-some games, but you get an opportunity to play college basketball.
Hey, but you dropped some jewels out here for the kids. I like that. Like, because, you know, boys got opportunities, girls got opportunities. We just trying to provide opportunities for the kids.
Correct.
Yep, that's it, man. Good segment right there, fellas. Let's look at a couple of the top 10 teams from around the area. So we got Shadow Creek moving up to number 1, Elkins number 2, Clearbrook number 3, Side Creek moves up to number 4, Westfield moves up to number 5, Klein moves up to number 6, big win over Klein Forest to remain unbeaten in district play. Atascocita drops a game to C.E. King, takes them from the number 1 spot to number 7. Bel Air dropped the game to Lamar, that dropped them from the number 2 spot to number 8. You got Ridge Point and Travis both creeping up in there. Sidewoods and Klein Forest both drop games, and so they fall out of the top 10 for 6A basketball. Top 10 for 5A basketball. You got Beaumont United, who's still rolling right now, 21-0 on the season. Not looking to slow down anytime soon. Hightower coming in 15-2, Yates 17-1, 4A basketball. Katy Paytown 14-1. Goose Memorial just picked up a big district win over Manville, who was ranked number 2 and drops down to number 6. Lamarck, who without Jordan Ivy Curry this year is still balling. They're 13-4 right now, in first place in their district. Huffman Hargrave 20-1. They dropped the game the previous week. Picked the slack back up, got back on the winning side of things. Kingwood Park beat Lake Creek this week. Big win for them. They're 20-2. And then Needle, of course, they dropped that game to Beaumont United. Just didn't have enough for Beaumont United. Going over to the private and independent schools, you got Legacy. This list didn't change, just records. That's it. Everybody got wins. And so those are some of your top 10 teams from around the area, fellas. Any team in particular that you guys want to talk about?
Shout out to Shadow Creek, man. They won 6 games in 7 days
Yeah,
without Sean Jones, man.
6 games in 7 days.
6 games, 7
Godly.
days without
Fuck
Sean
that.
Jones. Dawson, they went through the who's who, man.
They did. They had to make up those games because they missed the games. Bush will be doing the same thing. That second week of February, they're going to be playing 4 games straight. And then that Tuesday is playoffs. So for them, they have to win three of those 4.
Westfield,
How many out of
coming
the
back
4
from-
they gotta win?
They got to win 3 of those 4.
Oh, that's doable.
Yeah, they have to win 3 of those
That's
4.
doable.
I mean, they got the Tyler Smith, man. Hey, Tyler Smith say he ready.
That's not all they got over there. They got
a good team.
Pieces.
They got some good young
pieces. Like, he gonna have to come out of his shell and he gonna turn up, but they gonna make the playoffs. They gonna make the playoffs. Tyler gonna come out of his shell. One of those games gonna be a 30-point game. You heard it here first.
You gotta win 3 of them though.
That's a lot.
No.
You think that's a lot of pressure?
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. They like a tidal wave. Like they up and down. Man.
That's because they young. They young, man. They ain't really got, Brandon Love is, a senior, but
Luke, what's up?
A lot of those guys are young, man. A lot of good players.
Two dangerous teams I want to talk about real quick. Westfield came back from 25 down yesterday and beat Decaney. They real dangerous in Region 2. And Travis, man, we ain't been talking about Travis at all, but I seen Cameron Crockett been playing pretty good these last couple of games.
Rob,
it's an interesting team.
Rob,
hold on, man.
Travis jumped into the top 10, bro.
They're a dangerous team in the region, man.
Hey,
they can put it all together.
Hold on, Ron. How is Westfield? Like Westfield been there before. Ain't nobody sleep on Westfield.
Can you please put me back on full? Can you?
Oh.
Thank you. When I say dangerous in that region, that means to make it the state. Like if you was to take a poll, well, first of all, if we took a poll before the season and said, at this point in time, do you think Westfield will be undefeated in district? Everybody probably would have put the answer no. They don't stay on 45.
I don't know about that.
Like,
hey, it's easy to say it now that it's being done.
Okay, so Rob, hold on.
What publication was talking about Westfield being good at the beginning of the season?
In a district, name a team in a district. Name me 2 teams in a district that's just really good.
Thank you. They were clear-cut favorites from the beginning.
Don't tell me. Don't
17-3 though. 17. So if
I'm talking about district. I'm talking about district. I ain't surprised. I am surprised they 17-3. Now that I am surprised about that. But when you get with them in district,
see, y'all keep on. Hey, I ain't gonna say hey. Y'all keep on doubting. Decaney got a good overall team and a good coach, man.
See, they got a good coach. Thank you. I knew you was gonna say that. Listen, I get that. I get all that. They got a great coach, and he gets the best out of less talent every year.
Yes,
every year.
And Aldine Davis got a good team too.
Great, but you got great players and a great coach at Westfield. You got and the one thing they got, and you interviewed him last week, is a player with experience. That kid is a leader. That kid is a dog. So nobody else in that district has a Cheney. Nobody. And that makes a big difference when your point guard has led you year after year after year after year deep in the playoffs, especially in high school basketball. When you got a leader that's a guard like that in high school basketball, that's important. Like don't get it twisted. Like, I understand we didn't think they were going to be good because they lost a lot of guys, But when you got a point guard that can come back and still lead your team, there's a possibility for you to be good. There's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the truth. Like, and again, they still had the post. What's the kid name? The big kid.
Willie Williams.
So you still got, I mean, hey, now everything else kind of fell in place. Like, again, if anybody don't know this kid, I know this kid. Trey Harris, you know what I'm saying? Trey Harris, 6'5" guard. Now, again, a lot of people don't know about this kid. Like, he been at Westfield, but he was a kid who played freshman A, JV, then on varsity. Nobody expected him to now. That nobody expected. Nobody knew who the heck he was. Now, they knew of him because, you know, he played AAU for a lot of good teams. You know, he's really good friends with Aaron Scott and Ashton Smith. But he has had a breaking out year, like dunking on boys, putting the ball behind his head. So, yes, Rob, I will agree. They did not have just like a team. You was like, oh, yeah, like, man, Westfield finna be good. But I'm sorry, bro. Like, that district got good teams. Good teams.
They do.
Bro,
but it ain't just.
I'm a side eye all of y'all who are trying to make Westfield be a dark horse out here.
Hey man, I seen them in August. They did not look. I said it last week on the show. They did not look good at all. I seen them at Sloan event. They did not look good.
Okay, so I got a better question for you. Name me who you think looked good in that.
Carter, there y'all go with the disrespect again. Y'all was some of the same. I'm finna say, and hold on, G, don't get mad at me because I'm finna get off stuff. I'm not listening to y'all no more, Carter, because y'all were the same people who was saying that me and Jeff was tripping when we said South Woods would be the third best team in the district with Atascocita and Summer Creek, and y'all said C.E. King was way better, and South Woods finna win that district. And they looking like one of the better teams in the whole city. But
Facts.
So I ain't listening to y'all no more when y'all tell me that. That district is better than a lot of people thought. Nimitz is a better team than people thought at the beginning of the season. Benjamin Davis is the better team than people thought at the beginning of the season too. Because everybody said Benjamin Davis was gonna be down because they lost everybody. And
nobody said that. They was just crying because they never mind.
Jeff, didn't we say Benjamin Davis was gonna be down?
You know what? Ooh,
hey, Carter said I was wrong, Rob. I'm sorry, bro. Forgive me, please.
And Nimitz being led by a sophomore and a freshman, Eric Woods and Kentrell Royston.
Yep.
So,
they have a better record than last year.
They do. But no, I think, okay, well, can I make it with saying Travis is a dark horse, Gary? Is that acceptable?
Yes.
That's very acceptable.
They were not on my list, even though I know the talent Cam Crockett has. But
he ain't consistent. Listen. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh, hold on, Rob. I need to go check out the game if he being consistent. Because if he being consistent, we might see something, boy. Because he's been talented forever. Like that kid's been talented forever.
He got all the tools in the bag. He just got to put the bag on. He just got to pick the bag up and put it on his shoulder. He be forgetting that, and I tell him that all the time.
Yeah, because that kid been talented for a while.
I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
And Beaumont United, I'm saying it here first, G-Day. Beaumont United will enter the playoffs undefeated. No one will beat them.
Duh. And shout out to Beaumont United girls. They celebrated senior night. They beat somebody by like 60 or something.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Oof.
What's
up next, G-Day? What's up next? What G-Day, man? G-Day letting us get on tonight.
I hear you. I couldn't hear me.
Nah.
Okay, my bad. Before we get into what you're talking about, Willis, I do want to highlight another player real quick.
I'm shocked too.
That was Zaire Hayes, another kid who has really
I really like that kid game. Whoo, I like his
he,
game. Oh my gosh.
he's been good. He's getting to step up and be more of a leader this year on the team. And he's doing a really good job. He's playing the ball really well on all levels on the floor. He gets his teammates involved. Scrappy on the defensive end. He's willing to get in there and rebound, even though he stands 6'1". Not afraid to bang with anybody. Doesn't back down from any opponent defensively as well. Just want to highlight him real quick as well. Just to show him some love, and so the coaches who do watch, they can see that Zaire. You know, maybe they don't know who he is. 6'1" guard out of Fayetteville High School. His team is on a pretty good season this year, 15-2 overall. He's a leader on the floor. He does very well in the classroom. Very respectable young man. Hey, smaller colleges get with him today. All right.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. Like him a lot, man.
Hey, he's on a team where if everybody does their job, sky's the limit. But if one person don't do their job, the whole crew is fired on their day off. They fired. But oh man, if they can, they only got to put it together for what? How long is the run for playoffs? You got to win 3 games.
Nah.
To
go to state. To go to state.
6.
Just to go to state.
6, 4 or 5. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, 5 games in the state.
You got to win 5 to go to state.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, that's the new format, right? Wasn't it 4 and then you used to play 2 games at state?
No, it's first, second, third, regional semifinals, regional finals, and then 2 at state. It's 7 games to win state.
Okay, so you got to win 5. So
5
you can
get
it done in 5.
Yeah,
it's 6. It's 6.
It is. It's 6.
It's 6. Okay. Yeah, 7. The 7th game in state. That's what I said. 6.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so 6. It's all about can you get your team to click for 6 games. All that stuff in the beginning of the season, middle of the season, don't matter. You really just got to be peak and prime for 6 games.
Then y'all stay tuned because
they might have the easy path. They might have the easiest. Who else has the easier path than Manville?
Hey, we're gonna talk about that later. We talking about that later.
Okay, let's turn that up later then.
They don't have an easy path though.
We're gonna talk about that later. Right now, we're about to hop into this. This is what you're talking about, Willis.
That him! What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis?
What's good, world? What's good, world? It's Coach Anthony Willis. Over the last couple of weeks, couple of topics I talked about was like status, development, trusting your process, things like that. I'm going to stay kind of in that same area, same field to talk about roles. I feel like today, a lot of people, when it comes to their kids and different things, and just in this basketball, we don't understand that basketball is really all about roles. Meaning you have guys who are scorers, you have guys who are passers, you have guys who are shooters, guys who are rebounders, guys who are defenders. But you got to understand what your role is. And I think sometimes, again, like I talked about development, I think you also got to put yourself in situations to develop what your role is going to be and what you're going to do. And I think that's also what we talked about earlier is like what level you go to. On a D1 level, you may be 8th, 9th, 10th guy. You go to a D2, you may be 7th, 6th, in the 5-man rotation. You may go D3, you may be a starter. And sometimes you got to understand that as well. And then the biggest thing I think also is like today, a lot of people don't want to make sacrifices with their roles. Meaning, the other day I watched the game, I watched the New Jersey Nets play. And Jeff Green, even when he played for the Rockets, came in and played the 5 spot. PJ Tucker played the 4 and 5. Like, I feel like a lot of times today, kids don't understand that the game is changing, it's positionless. So you got to learn how to do a lot of things. Meaning, if you 6'4", 6'5" above, you got to rebound. Ain't no such thing as not rebound. You got to learn how to play the game. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is today, parents, especially in high school, when you're talking about your high school team and you're talking about AAU, and parents start trying to pick these AAU teams. And, you're looking for that, again, status of wanting to play with a big name house team. Instead of, like I said last week, go to a team where they got good coaching, they got good development, and your son is going to be able to play in a position to better his role. And what's going to help him in his opportunity for the next year or his opportunities to come in his life. And to me, that's the biggest thing I think we got to get better with is understanding our roles, seizing the moment, understanding our opportunities. I think we get too caught up into, like I said last week, status, want to play for this team, want to play for I got to go to this level, this and that. It's like, man, understand what's your role, understand what's your face value, and truly develop and truly go through the process, because you may not start off as a scorer, but you can get better with scoring, because I believe a scorer is born. Like, that's a gift. Everybody can't score the ball. You can get better in your role in times and things go on to help you be in a better position later down the road from getting recruited higher than what you did. But if you don't really develop your role, meaning you're worrying about status and worrying about who you're playing with, you may not get to where you need to be by the time it's time for you to be on that stage. Meaning, if I'm a sophomore and I come off the bench and they only use me as a shooter, that's my role. But I want to play more minutes and things like that, then I need to go somewhere during the summer that's going to allow me to be on the ball and play through my mistakes and get better with my ball handling and my decision making. But if you go try to play for a team because they're good and it's a status, you're going to go and be a shooter because that's what they want you for. They're going to get you for what you're good at. But if you want to go somewhere to develop and get better, go somewhere where that coach is going to allow you to develop your role and add things to your role. So when you go back to your school next year as a junior, you can go to your coach, be more confident in your decision-making, show them you worked on that. But if you don't understand about roles and what it takes, instead of worrying about status and things like that, I promise you that's what hurts more kids and why parents be upset after their senior year. And they're like, well, why my kid to get this recognition? Why my kid to get talked about? Why am I like, listen, develop, go through the process, understand everybody has a role. And I've had the opportunity to be around an NBA coach who was in the NBA the last couple years for 10 years. And the biggest thing he preaches on is everybody not getting drafted or getting scholarships to be that guy. Those guys already picked. You come in to play a role. You come to be a part of a team. You're not going to always be the guy. So sometimes people got to understand, stop making your kids believe that they're going to always be that guy. It's roles. And sometimes that role will get you paid. That's just like in life. When you get a job, there's roles, there's positions, there's what they call a totem pole. Where you at? Like, this is where you at on this totem pole. Okay. Each time you work harder to get up, to get that promotion, same thing. So guys, we got to do better with teaching our kids, the youth and the grassroots about roles, getting better. But if you, and I say this in stages of probably like 7th grade till 10th grade going to your junior year, go somewhere where you can truly develop. Now, don't just go play on just a crappy team and they're not good, but go to a team where you're on a good, decent team and have good coaching and good development. So then when you want to, by time, because again, I'm be honest with you, if you develop and say you never get a chance to play on a big stage until the summer going into your senior year, and then your senior year, like we talked about the kid that just played varsity, you may really get an opportunity that you never thought you was ever going to get. But if you never prepare yourself for that opportunity and that chance to, seize the moment, then you can only be mad at yourself. Because your development stages is between 6th grade and 10th grade to understand and build an identity. And we have to stop cheating our kids out of that process into where some kids just reach their opportunity before some kids. That's just part of life. That just is what it is. But we have to get better with understanding there's roles in life and everything we do. So we have to get better with understanding, teaching kids that sometimes it's okay to have a role and not always be in the forefront. And it's okay to go through a process to develop and add to your role. So when you do need to be on that stage and you ready to perform, you ready. Because you can't get nobody to sign you to a rap deal if you ain't got no songs and nothing to show them. I'm sorry. It just ain't going to. It's called a resume. That's what it's called. So, guys, speak. Let me know what you feel. I see in the comments people, saying what they saying. So, what's good?
Yeah, no, I feel that understanding your role and knowing your role is two different things. As you said, like you have to know your role. So what is my role when I'm on the floor with this group? What's my role when I'm on the floor with this? And so your role changes depending on the personnel on the floor. And then not just knowing your role, but understanding your role and not try to play outside of your role. Trust me, your time will come, your opportunities will come, but you have to, it goes back to what you said last week. You have to trust the process. You have to trust the process in knowing that this is my role and I understand my role. And guess what? If I continue to do X, Y, and Z, then I'm going to get my reward eventually. It's going to come to me. And so I think it's really big. I think that's something that it has to come from not just the kids, but also parents have to harp on it as well with their players, with their student athletes. Look, this is your role. This is your expectations that your coach have. Parents create a certain expectations, and then your high school coaches have a different expectation. But you have to still be able to play your game within whatever it is that the high school coach is doing. And so that's still knowing your role.
But you know what's so funny though? A lot of high school coaches don't really know kids' roles. Kids create their own role. And what I mean by that is if you come in when it's preseason early in the year and you giving dudes buckets and practice and stuff like that, that coach may think you're a scorer. But some people may not think you're a scorer. But again, I feel like if you go in, and I see this a lot, man, with coaches in high school and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, coaches want to win. That's just what it is. There's not that many coaches out there who really just coach kids where, they're teaching them to understand what their role is and what they need to do on the court. Or like, okay, if you come, like you said, you may start, okay? But in that starting group, you may be a facilitator, okay? You may come in with the next group, start the second half. Coach may need you to score with this group. So you got to understand what your role is. Or that guy like Lou Williams, who come off the bench, who really needs to be a starter, but he come off that bench. So when he with those other guys, he get all the shots. And sometimes kids need to understand that has made. I don't think we would be talking about Lou Williams as much as we do. And I know that's above high school, but his role as being a sixth man who should start is why we love Lou Williams so much. Because I think if he was a guy who started on a lot of teams and the defense keyed in on him when you first start, he's a guy that it would be different than when you come off the bench and you playing against the guys coming the second group and you get buckets and you really a starter like a lot. Dennis Schroeder has always been a sixth man, but now he playing with the Lakers and he a starter and he prepared now over time now over the years to where now he playing in a situation as a starter. I think kids need to understand, man, that like what Rob said, man, seize your moment, but you got to understand sometimes the moment and your opportunity is not when you want it because you may not be ready for your opportunity or to seize that moment because you haven't prepared yourself to seize that moment. Like that's part of life, man. Like I ain't gonna lie. I was a scrub in high school. I was trash. Like I don't care nobody. Hey, I was trash. I played with Finney Onabon. A lot of people don't know who Finney Onabon is.
Did I say that name the other day?
Hey, People don't know. He went to Arizona. Played 4 years at Arizona. Then went to U of H and played tight end and got drafted for football and played in the NFL. Martellus Bennett. People don't know. #1 tight end in the nation. He almost got drafted by the Houston Rockets, 14th pick in the second round. Averaged 26 points in high school. He was our LeBron James, 6'8", 240. He was our LeBron James. So I had a role. Like I told you, I played defense. I was utility guy, and I was super athletic. But as my time went on, went to Lone Star Town Ball, developed a game, I became a scorer. I came better, and I had opportunity to play college basketball. But I never in a million years, when I was in high school, would have thought about those things. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you just have to understand roles are important in life, man. They're important.
Man, I'm when you was talking about that, I'm remiss to think about four kids that we seen just last year in high school, man. You had LJ, top 10 scorer ever in the state of Texas, Tremont Mark, Kenneth Lofton Jr., and Marcus Williams. All their roles have changed since they made it to college. Everybody's roles have changed. LJ don't have the ball in his hand. If we probably would have did LJ usage percentage at Morton Ranch, it probably would have been the most ever in the history of high school basketball, probably.
Yes.
But now we see him, he's spotting up on the wing, he's shooting, he playing his role. Tremont get 50 points, 30 points, 40 points, fall out of bed, but he playing within the system, and his roles changes depending on personnel. Sometimes he there to spot up. Sometimes he there to be the primary ball handler. Kenneth Lofton Jr., his last year in high school, he was bringing the ball up as the point guard. And now he on the block bullying people. And Marcus Williams, last year taking the back seat sometime to Tremont, but picking the right school, knowing his role, he in the Mount West killing.
Getting buckets.
So
buckets.
That's just prime examples of kids that we just seen just 11 months ago.
Exactly.
Shit, the leading scorer of the state coming off the bench. Like,
yes, for sure.
It be like that, bro. But like, and look, Ruben and Jahari, they balling. Different roles. Different roles at their respective program. Michael Robinson. There's a lot of kids we can really, really spotlight out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
it's important, man. You got to know your role. Everybody ain't the scorer. Everybody ain't the shooter. Everybody want to be they want to be the sexy dude. I want to be flashy. I average 20 points a game, man. Dennis Rodman was a rebounder, man.
Hey.
Kenneth Fareed, man. Kurt Thomas led the NCAA in scoring at TCU.
Exactly.
Hey, he barely was averaging double figures in some time.
I got one for you, Joakim Noah, 2-time NCAA champion, made $100 million in Chicago, all by following Derrick Rose to the rim. That's all he did. There was not a play call for him. There was no set. There was not a timeout that said Noah got to get the ball. No, he did his job. And he made
I'm gonna give you his teammate, Udonis Haslem in Miami.
Oh man, that boy the Godfather. Don't bring up his name on the show.
Come on, man. Hey,
that's
I'm just
like
saying,
Candyman out here. Yeah, that's a good example.
And the other thing I would say also is this too. Don't talk about you want your kid to have a main role and then worry about who on the team he playing on. You playing on the team. So, you playing on the team. So don't be like, oh, I want my son to be this guy and this and that. And then when you get the opportunity, you be like, but who I'm playing? No, you playing with your. Hey, look, we going with you. It's just, again, roles, man. Like, I just feel like that word role is very, very important for me, man, and just in life. Like, I think that's the thing. I think, Rob, you said it, like, bro, like, we have to get better with teaching these kids to understand about life more than about the glory of, being hype. And I need you to talk about me. Man, listen, talk about yourself. Like, that's important to me, man. Like, I just think we have to get better with, why are we doing this? Why are you playing basketball? I think that's what we need to ask kids. Like, why are you playing basketball? What is your ultimate goal? And I'm not saying kids shouldn't want to say, "Oh, I want to go to NBA." That's cool. Like that's cool. I get it. But for me, is education first. That's facts, though. My boy Chris, hey, Iguodala, that's my boy there. Hey, a lot of people don't know he was an MVP of one of those championships. He was an MVP.
Yeah.
So you know, he said go get a bucket. Man, look.
He said, "I'm joking, man. I'm joking."
My boy Carter. Hey,
I mean, out of them,
hey.
I'm gonna give y'all some confidential information, bro. So me and talking to him at us versus them. I said, "Carter, what you need?" He was like, "I just need a big that run the floor, man. I'm tired of my bigs out here stepping on the wing." I was like, "Come on, Carter, the game evolving, bro." And he out here talking about
that's a wrong. Hey, that's true.
That's rich.
I mean, I tell kids,
from him.
I tell kids this all the time, man. I say you can't dictate when you get the opportunity. You can only be prepared. Just make sure you prepare when it comes. Every kid I talk to will tell you that. You don't get to say when the opportunity, but you just make sure you prepare. Because like I was about to say really quickly, out of those 3 Boston College dudes that made the NBA, Craig Smith, Jared Dudley, Sean Williams, you would have never guessed that Jared Dudley would be the longest tenured NBA player out of those 3 dudes.
Come on, man.
And he on the court, he on the team for knowledge. He barely even taking warm up off, but he getting paid though. Hey,
G-Day, I was gonna hit you earlier when Rob was talking about like some of the movies. I was gonna say, Rob, you see G-Day, you seen Chi-Town?
The TV show?
No, the movie with talk about old dude who went to
Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Yes.
Oh, you talking about Kiefer Sykes?
Yeah. From Chicago.
They went to Marshall.
Yep.
That's a good one, man. Y'all need to check all of them out.
I seen that one recently. That was some good information.
Yeah. But before we hop into this early playoff look, Miss Sanders, you are correct. A lot of kids want to score. Don't nobody want to pass the basketball as soon as they touch the ball. They looking straight to the goal, and that kind of goes with what we was kind of talking about, knowing your role, understanding your role, knowing what it is that I'm on this court to do to better this team so that we can win and have an opportunity to win state and not just try to get my shine on. All right, man, early playoff look, we're going to start. Hey, we're going to start at 4A, man. It might get a little heated. Hey, y'all just bear with us, man. And yes, Jacoby, you right, man. A lot of people do. Hey, we trying to move on. I'm gonna move on after this one. But a lot of parents do, and that's why everybody laughing, because you can hear it even as a coach from the bench. You can hear them saying, "Shoot the ball!" Like,
baby, you better shoot that ball. You better score go to the rim.
Hey man, it be a kid just took his warm up off. Man, you better go get a bucket. Man, what, he ain't even ran up at the
early playoff look, man. Hey, we got 3 weeks into the playoffs. Some teams got 4 games left. A couple teams got 5. Hey, it's getting down to the nitty gritty right now. So we're just gonna take a little early dive real quick. We're gonna start at 4A, Region 3. Man, fellas. What picture y'all got, man?
Who up there with North Forest? Who North Forest playing?
Oh, you can't see because of the line.
Royal.
Oh, I'm picking North. I got North Forest.
Yeah, Royal versus North Forest. You got Harden Jefferson playing Bridge City. Yates is playing Wharton. This is first round.
Which Washington is that? Which Washington?
That's Booker T.
Booker T. Washington. Silsby's playing Shepherd. Lumberton playing Hampshire Fournette. Booker T. Washington playing Navasota. Hargrave has West Orange Stark, and then El Campo has Mickey Leland. These are just first round looks now.
Let me write this down real quick.
Mickey Leland made the playoffs. Shout out, my guy. Shout out to
Coach.
Well, Yates back.
Him moving down to 4A.
4A helped.
That was a smart move for them.
So is this for 4A or is 5A? Because it says UIL 5A region 3 bottom. Which one is
Oh,
it?
hey man, charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, not to my heart, y'all, man. It's supposed to say
Gotcha.
4A.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
All
This
right.
this is 4A. That's
All
me
right.
rushing, not taking my time.
I got you.
I got Yates coming out that left side, and then I got Hargrave coming out that right side.
Hey, I'm gonna go with a dark horse. I'm gonna go with Booker T. Washington. I think Kenneth Lewis been over there getting some 40-point games. I think he might. Man, stop that calling, dog. I can't miss a calling, dog. Warden got some athletic players. That's so. Yeah, but I think Yates. I think Yates gonna
Jacoby,
win.
a wild boy.
Jacoby, that has nothing to do with it, Jacoby.
Oh man,
That has nothing to do with it.
That hurts. Hurts.
Yeah, I got Yates on the left side, and I'm gonna go with Hampshire for Nick on the right side.
And the winner, and then let me say this: the winner of this side right here that has Yates, they still have to play teams from I don't even know what region they're really from.
Yeah.
And then the same for here. So like the teams from like the Hargrave, Lumberton, Hampshire Finette side, Booker T. Washington, Mickey Leland, they can still meet up the game before state and play against Yates.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's different.
It don't matter.
I didn't put the other teams because we don't cover those areas.
We don't cover those areas.
That ain't fair.
Yeah, but Yates gonna win most likely.
Mr. Gleason say he'll be at El Campo at Warden on Tuesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Yates. Period.
Yeah, I mean that's just what
I'm still gonna go with Hargrave, man.
Okay.
That's cool. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got too much to say about these teams. I don't really keep up with a lot of these.
I hope Yates plays Silsby in the second round.
They probably will.
That crowd will be electric. They hate each other.
Shepherd only has the big kid Davis, like 6'9", 6'10". Outside of that, they don't have anybody else.
What grade is he in?
He's a senior. A lot of people. He played baseball, and so
Must have been a picture at 6'9".
Yeah, a lot of people kind of missed out on that kid. They didn't even know who he was because he played baseball in the spring, so he didn't really have time to play travel basketball.
Trust me, he gonna make more money on that side than any travel basketball could have gave.
Facts.
All right, we got
Harvey is too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is 5A. This
Ooh.
bottom 5A.
Now this is.
Hey Rob, I apologize, bro. I just saw the path Manville got to take.
I told you they ain't got the easiest path. I told you Hot Tower side is easy.
So hold on. All right, so let me ask y'all a question. So this is just the guys, and then they get to the region semifinals, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, this isn't even get to state. This
is 5.
There's still a top quadrant. There's still a top quadrant for this too for 5A.
Okay. I got hey, who is that? Who played Lockhart at the top?
That's Pflugerville Hendrickson.
Oh, yeah, I got Pflugerville Hendrickson on that side, and I got Manville on the other side.
Yeah, Pflugerville Hendrickson, for those who don't know, they was a 6A team last year. Yeah. They went to the third round of the playoffs. They didn't lose a single kid.
Yeah.
They got a kid who's going to Tulane. Then they got 2 6'9" kids who are sophomores. They're going to be a handful.
I ain't gonna jump on the bandwagon because I ain't know who they was. I'm going with Lake Creek on that side, and then I'm going with my Beaumont United on the other side.
Jacoby, that first round game is not gonna be a fun one. It's not.
Say, fam, do y'all? Hey, let's cut the BS. we got a Josh Foreman Deuce Farlery matchup in the first round.
We
Yup.
do.
To possibly go see Arsenal and
Yep.
Wesley Yates and Traylon Portia. And
Yup.
then you got Elijah Hill. That Madison might be the sleeper because they got an easier first game. But oh man, that whole right side is
Yeah, that's tough.
hey, somebody gonna be crying. Somebody gonna be crying early.
Chris Pato is in the top
They're
quadrant.
the top quadrant. They'll come back and play. What's the name?
Yeah, we're gonna get them later. Foster beat the Sharks
By
down by
20?
20.
Yeah,
By 20.
Southtown not good this year.
So you saying
Okay,
the Barnes,
so,
Buckers, and all them gonna get dusted?
They gonna get dusty. It's not gonna be a good game.
I feel this regional semifinal. I agree with you, Aaron. It's gonna be Hendrickson versus Beaumont United, man.
Yeah. So y'all telling me one of the best players in the city who supposed to be top 5 is gonna get beat by 20?
I got Manville going to state, Jacoby. I've been saying this since August.
He said, Josh, who? Man, Jerry, delete my number.
Southtown will lose that game by 15 plus. They are not good this year.
Don't sleep on Angleton.
By 15.
Yeah.
So that's
We not. I
spread.
ain't sleeping on Angleton, man.
Nah,
maybe-
Angleton good,
Maybe
but
having some hoopers.
Madison got them though.
All right, so this is the bottom quadrant. Let's move on to the top quadrant.
I notice I ain't picked not one team.
Wow, why you ducking the smoke? Pick the
I'm
team.
not ducking nothing. I'm trying to make sure I can still get in these gyms while y'all out here. Y'all gonna get, hey, y'all gonna have some parents that's gonna run up on y'all. Like, and I'm gonna be there live at 5.
Man, please.
All right, this is the 5A top quadrant. You got Kingwood Park versus Rudder. McCollum and Manners playing.
Oh, this right side is
Grove versus New Caney, first round. Pflugerville Weiss versus Northeast Early College Prep. Hightower got Wall Trip. Nederland, Texas City. Northside, Marshall, Goose Creek Memorial versus Crosby.
I got Pato on the left side for sure.
Bro, do you know how live John Urey is gonna be if Crosby makes it to the semis against Hightower? Oh my God, that is popcorn Twitter action. I pray for him.
Yeah, we seen that last. Yeah, we seen that last, and he's very quiet at the end of that game.
Hey, the pregame show gonna be good.
I don't even. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If we just picking game by game right now, I'm picking Goose Creek over them.
Yeah.
I'm picking Goose Creek over them because Sam Bradford is playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he is, but PJ Haggerty gonna go for 50 in the playoffs.
Coach Pitt, man, I wanted to do the 4A Region 4, but I didn't know any of them San Antonio teams.
Hightower, Goose Creek.
I know y'all over there, but I didn't know the rest of them teams.
There's some talented kids in this region, though.
Bro, you know how many kids?
This is a good. I ain't gonna lie, I like this. Pato coming out. Patience coming out of the left side.
So you got Bryce, Tyrone Baker, you got Tyler Jackson, Caden McKenzie, Ronald Holmes, Jaden Lowe, Chris Marshall, Sam Bradford, Coleman, Elkington.
Oh, so that's Fort Bend Marshall?
Tyler Jackson from Nederland.
Oh no, I see him.
That's Fort Bend Marshall?
Yeah, that's Fort Bend.
Yeah. Fort Bend Marshall.
Hold on, man. Listen, that's like there's no honestly, like you said, Hightower, Neyland, and then I got Marshall and Goose Creek Memorial. That's still gonna man, that's gonna be tough.
Hey, on that left side though, I got Dallas Rudder.
Whoa.
You got Rudder?
Hey.
Over Pato?
Whoa.
He being controversial on purpose, man. He being controversial on purpose.
No, I'm not. Look, it's just an easier matchup.
Rudder might lose to Kingwood Park.
Yeah, Kingwood Park been playing good.
Goose Creek would meet Hightower in the quarterfinals, not the regional semifinal.
Yeah. Ooh, he's
Hey,
still
whoever,
40 plus.
Yeah, come on,
whoever
Houston
put
Hornets.
that
You
Crosby
got some
is
people.
clicking by 40, they
I
was
don't
on
know.
my side of the narrative right
I
there.
don't
I
know the man.
appreciate that stat.
I can't think of the man who run the Houston Hornets, but you got players that play on Crosby, so of course you gonna say that they clicking right now, man. Stop it. Yeah, Ronald Holmes probably get 30, but I got Fort Bend Marshall in that game though.
Yep. That's gonna be that's
Yeah.
Just
gonna
like
be a
Ted.
list.
Yeah. I mean, as long
Hey,
as those
That's not gonna be
rotations
interesting.
are good, that should
this
be
is
okay.
just a reminder for those. This is just
Just a projection.
a early playoff look. It's still 4 games left. Some of these teams who are sitting in the final spot could lose and be out, and then some of these teams, if they tie, is going to go to a coin flip. Um,
Oh, so
or
they doing corn flip? They're not doing play-ins?
it's your choice. It's up to the coaches. You can
Yeah,
either
but
coin flip
no coaches be choosing plays though.
or you could play. Very rarely, it depends on what spot it is. Like if somebody tied for the 4th spot, they're gonna play that
They're
game.
gonna play that game. Like the Katy district.
They're gonna play that game.
Hey, if Peyton and Hightower me though, that would be an interesting matchup though. He
Why?
laughed.
Because it'll be the battle of the bigs.
I don't know, man.
All right.
Are you talking about Tyrone Baker versus Charles?
No, Katy Peyton got a good team. Kyle Watkins, Trevor Frank, they got a good team.
No, I know they got a good team, but what matchup you highlighting them?
Peyton and I said if Hightower play Peyton in the regional semifinals, that'll be a good matchup. I know everybody gonna say Bryce. Don't
I'm not talking. That wasn't the first person out my mouth.
I'm talking about in the comments, Gary.
Oh,
Because
well,
Chris said
I
don't
like
turn Bryce up.
I like to see old-fashioned big men go against each other, so I wouldn't mind seeing that.
All right. So this is the region 2 for 6A. On your left-hand side, that is the top quadrant, and on your right-hand side is the bottom quadrant. Whoever comes out of these 2 quadrants still have to run it. It depends on where Duncanville and Waxahachie place. If Duncanville takes number 1, whoever is on the left-hand side got to face Duncanville, Waxahachie. If they take number 2, whoever's on the right-hand side got to take Waxahachie, vice versa. If Waxahachie beats Duncanville again, Waxahachie's first place. They'll play whoever comes out on that left side, and then Duncanville will play whoever comes out on the right side. That's even if they went, go through the playoffs and not lose.
Yeah, because they on COVID pause right now.
Yeah, and so just a couple matchups region 2. 6A, you got Cy Woods versus Klein Collins. You got the Woodlands versus the Caney. You got Klein versus Cy Lakes. You got Aldine Davis versus Grand Oaks. That's your top quadrant. For your bottom quadrant, you got Westfield versus Conroe. You got Klein Forest versus Cy Ranch. You got College Park versus Spring. And you got Cy Park versus Klein Kane. Some interesting matchups, man.
I got Westfield and South Woods.
What? You picking South Woods? Hold on.
They don't, look what side they on. Like I'm not picking Klein. So no.
That would be a good pick though.
No, I'm just saying, like, I like Southwood's team better. Like, just the way they play, everything. Like the Woodlands, Decaney. It's gonna be Southwoods and Klein on that side, and then it's gonna be Westfield and South Park on the other side.
And then whoever, like I said, depending on how Waxahachie, Duncanville play out in the playoffs, you still gotta go. You still have to go through those 2 guys.
I'm gonna take the district matchup though. I don't know. I just gotta. I'm gonna take. I like AJ first. I'm gonna take South Woods versus South Park, or South Woods on the left side and South Park on the right side.
Yeah, they on opposite sides.
Yeah, I know. Cheney gonna kill me, but I'm gonna take South Park.
So you got Cy Park going to regional semifinals, and then Cy Woods going to regional semifinals.
Yes.
Okay.
Gary,
I got Westfield and South Park meeting in the semis. I'm not gonna pick that game. Spring is my dark horse now. And on the left hand side, I'll take Decaney, and then I'll take Side Lakes.
You said who?
He said
Decaney
Caney and Cy Lakes
And what?
to come out of the top quadrant.
Hey, can you cut Gary off?
I mean, hey,
Hey,
I ain't gonna
come
lie
on,
to you.
bro. Hey,
This
come on, bro.
is
Like,
upset season.
bro,
If you don't
stop.
think it's gonna be some upsets, you wild.
Side Lakes ain't beating Klein the way they play, man.
Bro, first of all, that's first. Secondly, you're saying Decaney is gonna beat Cy Woods. Come on, man. Like, stop that. Stop that. Like, stop that.
Gary about to
Like, stop that, man. Like, listen.
I don't mind being wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
All right. Okay, there you go. Good job. Know your role. There you go. Good job.
See, exactly.
Know your role. There you go.
Hey, there's some interesting matchups though. Like
No, it is.
Park and Klein Kane.
Because I'm gonna tell you one I like that's gonna be very interesting. Is Klein Ford, Cy Ranch, and like you just said, Cy Park, Klein Kane. Because I get to see AJ and Xavier go against each other. That's oof. That's gonna be a nice matchup there.
Yes, sir.
Then you got Brody, like that. That's I ain't gonna lie. And then, you know, Klein Forest known for like what Gary said earlier. You know, they understand like 5-6 games. They always get in the playoffs and be like on a roll and just play good in the playoffs. Like it's just weird how Klein Forest always just do very good in the playoffs.
It is. And that Westfield Klein Forest game would be crazy to go to.
Crazy. But I ain't gonna sleep on South Ranch though. I ain't gonna sleep.
No. You can't. They dangerous.
It's tough, man. Hey, all right. Let's go to Region 3 of 6A. We're gonna hit up the Region 3 6A. We're gonna hit up the top bracket here. Yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, they have. They have been hooping for College Park.
All right, top quadrant.
Ooh, here we go.
6A Region 3. As Rob Carroll says, this is the toughest region
In the whole state.
the whole state of Texas.
The whole state of Texas.
And this
I
is
told y'all Elkin got the easiest.
this is just the top quadrant. So you got Elkins versus May Creek, Houston Memorial versus Westbury, Seven Lakes versus George Ranch, the Heights versus Stratford, Clearbrook versus Straight Jesuit, Summer Creek versus Pasadena Memorial, Shadow Creek versus Clear Lake, and Dobie versus Westbrook. These are just possible first round matchups. Man, who y'all think gonna meet up in this regional semifinals, man?
Boys about to be mad at me. I got Elkins at the top. It's top bottom on both sides, right?
Yeah, they're gonna meet up regardless.
Okay, yeah. I got Elkins and Clearbrook.
Okay. Elkins versus Clearbrook for the regional semifinal.
So Clearbrook gonna walk through Summer Creek and Shadow Creek.
Let me tell you this, and I'm glad you said that because me and G-Day was talking about this a couple of weeks ago. It depends on how the game is refereed. I know everybody gonna pick Shadow Creek. That's cool. I'm not betting against Chemo because I done seen him hold bigs, I done seen him hold smalls. And if you try to play their game with them, which a lot of teams get caught up in the he hit me in my ribs, so now I'm trying to hit him back type stuff, you're gonna lose. Gonna lose. And I think that defense travels, and I think they can play defense for 4 or 5 games. I got Clearbrook.
I like that, Rod. That was succinct, decisive. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that's not making me pick Shadow Creek as clear-cut favorites, I know they could shoot themselves out of the game. But I really want to just pick them as my clear-cut favorite. Other than that.
Listen, I got Clearbrook and Shadow Creek. I don't know who to pick out of that game because Rob, you're correctly right when it comes to that. But I am going to say Summer Creek going to make it tough for Clearbrook. Coaching wise, coach is going to do a lot of things to take Chemo and Smurf out of the game to test everybody else on that team to see what they have. So that's going to be interesting to see if they can overcome that. On the other side, I got Elkins, but for whatever reason, I think Seven Lakes is going to be there playing against Elkins, and that's going to be a good game.
What's in the comment section? Hold on. Who is Mr. Aaron 8700?
That's Aaron, the referee.
That's Aaron, the referee. Can't get right. That's the real.
Oh wow. Okay. I ain't gonna read that out loud, but yeah. Okay.
So that's my prediction. I think Seven Lakes and Elkins on that side, then Clearbrook and Shadow Creek, but I don't know. Summer Creek.
Okay, so Richie Massey, Coach Ant kind of answered that for you. He said he got Seven Lakes.
Oh, so we had to do this. I'm sorry, my bad, G-Day.
Yeah, no. You can still pick your teams, but he just wanted to know who y'all felt was going to win between
Seven Lakes for sure.
Oh, I got Seven Lakes over George Red. So we go to top, bottom. Oh, so I got Elkins, Heights, Shadow Creek, and Clearbrook. And then I got Elkins and Clearbrook playing each other. I like the Heights. They got good coaching. Seven Lakes gonna be good for a while, but I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, that Stratford team.
They big.
They big. Yeah. I'm talking about big.
And they're young as well. Seven Lakes is young. Yeah. They're young.
Yeah, that's a big team. Now what's it called? Now George Ranch. I ain't gonna lie. CJ Barnes is back playing now, so that's gonna be tough for Seven Lakes to match up against him. That's gonna be tough.
Everybody always sleep on George Ranch, and then all of a sudden they're competing on that last Saturday before state.
They got, and then they also got some good mature senior guards that I feel are tough on defensive end. They know how to take care of the ball. So I mean, it's gonna man, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be tough. But I still got Elkins coming out that side, and then I can't pick from the other side because I feel like Summer Creek, Clearbrook, and Shadow Creek, any one of them can come out of that side. But if I wanted to be like really, I would love to see Elkins and Clearbrook against each other because I would love to see like Chris Johnson and them go against Kid. Ooh, man, like that guard play would be so real.
Yeah, they do have a new coach. Coach Jones is over at Katy Jordan. He left George Ranch. Just went over to Katy Jordan.
Yeah, they will. Coach
Clear
Lake is a tough team. I like the best first round matchup on here so far that I'm seeing is Memorial versus Westbury. I like the backcourt matchup because I want to see the Clay twins against Gaston Ellie.
Hey, that's a good game, but my boy Gaston Ellie finna get busy, boy. Memorial's finna get busy, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Clay twins,
I ain't gonna lie.
Tough.
Listen, they are, but they got to take care of the ball.
They do.
They got to take care of the ball. They are two guards who are very good. They've been good since they was young. Even they was at South Falls. They've been good for a while, but they got to take care of the ball. Got to take care of the ball.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We just saying if the playoffs started today, this is where everybody will fall, and I'm glad that you brought that up. And that moves us to the 6A Region 3 bottom quadrant.
Woo, man.
See what I was saying about Elkins now?
What was you saying, bro?
Elkins got the easiest path in 6A to the regional.
Hey, I'm going to be real with y'all. Bel Air, Cy-Fair, Katy Taylor, Ridge Point, Cy Creek, Lamar, like, bro, that
Tompkins, Travis,
man, hey, woo, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna look at that side right now.
Hey, Clear Springs in the playoffs over Clear Falls right now.
Yeah.
Tassaceita from off of that side. That's easy. That's easy. That other side. Let's talk about that. Like, okay, let's just go game by game. Okay, Bel Air, South Fair. Who y'all got?
Bel Air.
G-Day, who you got?
I'm gonna roll with Bel Air, man.
I got Bel Air, but South Fair ain't gonna be no easy walkover.
No,
It's
not gonna be easy.
Good
game.
defensively. This is the toughest left side. I mean, this is the toughest side of first round games I've seen.
It's not gonna be
long time. Katie Taylor, Ridge Point.
I'm taking Taylor.
I'm going Ridge Point.
Hey, stop that. I got Katie Taylor. I'm never betting against my guy.
So we know who you got going to regionals then.
No. You tripping. Hey, boy, you better stop that, boy.
But you just said
you say you never going against your guy.
Hey, but
not in that matchup.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. But you know who my guy is. You know who I'm going with. Hey, you know who I'm going with. Hey, by way of no way, baby. J5 and my boy DJ. You know what I'm going with, boy. Stop that.
Hey, that's gonna be
even that Sky Creek Lamar game is not an easy game.
That's not an easy game.
I know one thing. There's a whole lot of guard play on that left hand side.
No, it is. It is. Because that's what Sky Creek got to worry about. Like if they say if Tompkins beat Travis, let's just say Tompkins beat Travis, they got a big, that's one of the things. Now the only thing is that like, BB Knight is shooter, and they got that's what I'm saying. Like that's gonna them some matchups, man. It's like them some matchups. Chris, you out of line. So it's just, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like it's that side is tough, but I'm gonna say I got Side Creek and Bel Air on that side, and then on the other side, Tassaceita all the way, but I think they'll end up being against Clear Springs and Tassaceita on that side.
Hey,
ooh,
see,
Clear Springs.
I know the kids be watching, bro. That boy Braylo said, "Noted, Carter." They
watching.
said Lamar by 10. That boy Braylon might go for a triple double after seeing it, bro. I'm quiet.
And honestly, he gonna be back playing too. So they want, they've been winning without Braylon playing. Like, so he coming back. So that's what I'm saying. Like that team with Braylon, they can match up defensively with a lot of people. Because Braylon plays against a lot of the bigs and things like that. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. DJ's one of the best scorers in the city, bro. Like, I mean, that's just like that dude's one of the best scorers in the city. So I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat them. If he own, I'm sorry, it's gonna be hard to beat them. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be hard to beat them.
So I have to ask the question: Pasadena's still undefeated in district play. Do they beat North Shore in the first round?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Hey,
I can't. I haven't seen North Shore play, so I can't answer that question.
It depends. If North Shore gets up 5, he's gonna hold the ball the whole game.
He gonna do that regardless.
Well, Coach Benitez is gonna take his time regardless.
That's why if North Shore play each other in the second round, that's the first game. That's the first person to 40 points.
But that's why I chose Clear Springs, because I feel like them schools over there, man. Like it's Tassaceita all day, but like Tassaceita gonna mop everybody on this side. Mop. I'm talking about like, hey, they gonna be like Sandman or Apollo. Get off my stage. Like it's gonna be ugly. Like it's gonna be ugly.
So if Bel Air play Side Creek, who y'all got?
Who? I got Side Creek.
Why though?
Why?
Well, they will have to play to get to the regional semifinal.
The reason why I got Side Creek, for me, again, like I told you, I just feel DJ is one of the best scorers in the city. So when you start going matchups, you got, for Bel Air, you got Elijah. What's the other guard name? Jalen. So they're gonna match up against Ashford and J5. That's gonna be a good not saying I think Bel Air wins that battle, but when you add Braylon in the mix and you got Cole, like Braylon is a kid who easily gets you 15 points, 7-8 rebounds. He fills the charts up. So for Side Creek, they need that. Like that's one thing that they need. I'm not worrying about scoring. For them, it's those type of 50-50 plays that Side Creek needed that Braylon brings that makes them very good this year because their guard play is good. And I think both of those teams is also about who bench plays well. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm not biased. I coach Elijah Lawrence. Like, I coach Elijah Lawrence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, him and J5 played together. I ain't saying nothing about J5. I'm talking about DJ. Like, again, I coach all these kids. I just think at the end of the day, the way Side Creek been playing this year, Bel Air is always good. They always good. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be there. And I'm not saying they just going to beat them. I'm just saying I'm going with Side Creek. If Bel Air win, I'm not going to be like, oh, Side Creek should know. That's a good game. Like, to me, I'm going with Side Creek. And I'm just giving my points of why I'm picking Side Creek. But I still like Bel Air.
G-Day, who you picking that matchup?
If both of those teams play, oh man, it's gonna be a good game.
That'll be one.
Honestly, I can't even think straight.
Yeah.
That's again. I am being biased on my pick, but I am saying that it's gonna be a big game. Like I'm there. I'm watching as a fan because it's gonna be a good game. Like when I really look at that left side, I just think if we saying, what's gonna be a big time game is Side Creek versus Bel Air. And you're gonna want to watch that game. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. But that's gonna be a good game, bro. And Bel Air ain't gonna have an easy way just with Katie Taylor and Ridgepoint, whoever come out of that ain't gonna be just an easy game. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's gonna play into the role too. They gonna have 2 tough games before they get to that spot.
Coach Pittman has a question. He wants to know, so is Atascocita just walking out of the right-hand side?
I believe.
It might be a limp, but they coming out.
I ain't going to say walking out because, they still going to be a little banged up, bruised up, especially they got to play somebody like Dickinson in the second round with all them football dudes, 6'4", 6'5", 200-pound dudes. But
shout out to Donovan Green, tight end.
Y'all know Atascocita just added a kid who's 6'8" from California, right?
Yes.
That will be playing on February 2nd, right?
Anthony.
What?
He gotta play basketball first, though, bro.
No, listen. I don't know who the heck the kid is, but I'm telling you, you add a 6'8" with what Atascocita already has. Even he doesn't play, but he just gets in to give rotation breathers. Bro, Atascocita is stacked across the board. They're stacked.
They did just drop a game to CE King, though.
Oh, great job. There you go. Great job. They finally lost?
They lost.
There you go. There you go, G-Day. They lost one game for you. There you go, G-Day.
Hey, man, we're not going to blame it on me.
There you go, G-Day. They lost one game. You said the same thing about Clipbrook. There you go. They lost one game.
I'm telling you, if Atascocita got to go play North Shore, where it's one of those games that's really about half-court offense, bro, I've seen those games be crap games, dog.
Okay, so everybody on their side pretty much plays
slow.
Yeah. Atascocita is the only one who really gets up and down. Clear Springs tries to at times. But out of all these teams, Atascocita is the one who who gets up and down the
Yeah,
floor.
they gonna get a good look at that style
And so yeah, they'll every team they play on that side is gonna be a half court, take my time, value these possessions type of team. And so it'll be interesting, just how it all plays out.
Well, I think they'll be all right in that type of game. I normally worry about teams with young guards when you playing because they want to try to force something and make something happen. But Atascocita got a high IQ coach and a lot of high IQ basketball players that can make shots. So I think they'll be okay. You can shrink the possessions down for them and they can still win a game 45 to 50.
Exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but I don't think. But one thing I know about Coach Martinez, he is good at making teams speed up because he deep. So he not gonna go into the game just, he gonna make them play the way they playing. Where he gonna speed them up, pick them up full court, trap them, make them like they gonna have to play, man. Like so, I'm like, man, look, I told you already, I got Atascocita for state anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm picking the Tennessee to come out that side too. But if they face North Shore, that would be the third time meeting this season. And that game is going to be tough because it's hard to beat a team
3 times.
Yeah,
regardless, even if you blew them out the first 2 times. Just because y'all know each other so well.
That left side crazy though.
Crazy. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Side Creek and Bel Air play. I'm there front row. I'm front row.
Hey, I can really see.
Okay, well here I'm glad you brought that up, Ant, because here's going to be the kicker with the playoffs.
Lord, you finna hurt my feelings.
So depending on wherever the game is being hosted, it is up to that school and whatever their policies are for people getting in the game.
So if it's an HISD team, if Bel Air win, it's no fans, basically.
Well, it just because everything is still a coin flip on where we're gonna play at, and so it just depends on wherever the facility is that they're playing. So let's say Bel Air meets Side Creek, and they decide to play that game at, we'll say Del Mar.
The Merrill Center.
We'll say or the Merrill Center. It depends on whatever KDISD's rules is. If they play at Del Mar, it depends on whatever HISD's rules are. And then when you have other schools who just play at random schools, so we'll take Atascocita versus Deer Park. What's the closest school in between? North Shore?
Yeah.
So they play at North Shore. So whatever North Shore's rules are is how you get in the game.
Wow.
That's gonna make it tough.
Yeah,
hey,
so
coaches,
now I don't like
the coaches that watch this show, I did not talk about your program. So when I hit you up to get in the gym, I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. Let me and my guys with the eyes in. All right, that was my PSA. That's it.
I got you, man. And so if you look at a Fort Bend, like it's really tough to get in their game.
Mm-hmm.
So if let's say that
Ridge Point,
we'll use Katie Taylor versus Bel Air, and let's say they play that game at a Fort Bend school. It's going to be hard to get into that game.
Why would they I don't understand though. Like, why would they do that?
Because it's COVID. Right?
No, I'm talking about when coaches really do that though. Like, would you really want to play in a gym where ain't no fans gonna be in the playoffs? Like,
I don't. Hey man, I don't know. I'm not a coach.
Gary said his PSA. Let me say my PSA. Man, it's the playoffs. We ain't getting no state last year. Don't be picking no school that can't no fans come see their kids play basketball, man. We don't want to see,
and that's on God.
We don't want to see Katie Taylor and no disrespect to Bridge Point. I'm just saying hypothetically, we don't want to see Katie Taylor and Bel Air at May Creek or somewhere, and it be talking about only 100 people can come in. No, man, don't be doing that, man. Play the game so the fans can come see, man.
That's why I don't understand why we still didn't have it at places like the Berry Center and stuff like that when you can spread people out and you have multiple entrants so that you can come in different ways and you can regulate. Okay, you sit on this side, you sit on this side, you sit like I don't understand that at the Campbell Center, bro. You got so many different ways to enter the gym, and then you got so many sides and so many levels where you can spread people out, and it would make more sense. If we talk about COVID, it would make more sense.
Carter, I know it's a pandemic.
It would. I put that back up because this is their answer.
Yeah, no.
So is that the reason why they is that? Hold on. So let me
It's
ask you
a
this.
pandemic, and so just real quick, Rob. So even if we did use the Merrill Center, it's still going to be, even though you can tell people sit here, sit here, sit here, that's still a lot of people in one place at one time.
No, you ain't gotta have a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. Like
No, I'm saying, so if the capacity is 50%, and so if we can fill this place up 50% capacity compared to a high school's 50% capacity, that's still a lot of people.
No,
that's how they're looking at it, and like that's why they're even thinking about having state with no fans this year.
Because that don't even make no sense to say you're not gonna have the regional semifinals the regional state semifinals at state, but you're gonna have the state championships there, and you're gonna have fans. Like that makes no sense to me.
Hey, fam, I got one better for y'all.
Not allowing fans for state.
I got one better for y'all. The SPC is not even having a championship at all. They out here just playing games at risk for nothing.
Wow.
All the Dallas teams backed out. The good Houston teams are still playing because, you got kids you made a commitment to. But they're not even having a championship game. And that's a game I attended last year. So, it's crazy out here.
I ain't giving my comment on that. I'm leaving that alone. Anything about the pandemic, I keep my mouth closed. I am being quiet because it's crazy that we can open certain stuff for certain things that we don't need, that don't make sense. But when it's stuff like this, it's like, oh, we can't do. Okay, cool. All right, I got you. Yeah. Like I said, it's just like going into a clinic, and one of the nurses, you walk in, you might have your mask on. Put your mask on, but she be the main one out Friday night in the club drinking with no mask on. Come on, man, stop, man. Like, I'm not saying we ain't supposed to protect each other, but it's just sometimes some stuff I just be like, man, like we want to be so strict on certain stuff, but then some other things we just like, oh, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. So,
hey, man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. But before we go, we have to get this top 10 cracking.
Top 10.
So let's hop right into it, man. Hey, coming in at number 10, you got Elijah Hill with the nice in-game windmill jam right there. They'll be in the playoffs. Fort Bend Austin's Big David comes in, catches the body, man. Dunks on my man. Hey, sometimes you gotta know who you jumping with. Number 8, we got Will Young. Snatch your soul real quick. Let me bring that right back, man. Hey, at number 7, little nice move right there by Sam Bradford. Sam with the sauce behind the back, over the head, finish on the lay. Coming in at number 6, you got Caleb Stewart with the throw down coming straight down the middle of the lane. At number 5, you got a B&B connection, man. That sounds like a plumbing company, man. A Bryce to Baker alley-oop slam right here. Coming in at number 4 this week, Kobe on the steal. He throws it off the backboard to Donovan Johnson, who flushes it in. Kobe to Donovan connection been going on all season long for St. Thomas Episcopal. At number 3, you got Noah putting his opponent on skates, snatching his soul up real quick, and then he recoils and hits him again, man. That's nasty. Number 2, you got Will Young coming straight down the middle. Hey, why even jump, man? The play was over. Nice dunk right there. Will Young with the redemption slam. And the number 1 play this week, off the glass, put back, Damian Watson. All over his back. Let's watch that in slow motion, man. Hey, when I was a kid, on the monkey bars, we called that getting nutsacked, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, Jalen Bernard, I love you, but you've been dunking on people all these weeks, and you finally got it coming. So, hey, I love you, but hey, don't talk about haircut. So no playoff talk. Can Lamar beat Stafford again? Is that Stafford? Oh, that's Stafford.
Oh, my bad, Coach Pittman. That should be a good game when they play each other again. I know Lamar won the first matchup, so that should be a good game.
I'm gonna roll with Stafford this time at home.
Stafford. I ain't seen those 2 schools yet.
Stafford got a chance to go back to state too.
They do,
They
man.
made it last year. They only missing 1 person from that.
Yep, they do have a chance to go back, man. But like I said, Lamar is undefeated right now in that district. So it's interesting that they got moved over to 4 as long with Brazos Sport as well. That's where Coach Pittman is at. That was chiming in at Brazos Sport. They all got moved over to the Region 4 instead of Region 3. Kind of makes their playoff run a little different because I don't know the San Antonio teams in that region. But hey, we'll see, man. Yeah.
Shout out Coach Pittman and Bradgersport. Golly.
Yeah, he was there last year, man.
The Bradgersport Explorers.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you say that? Is it Born or B? How do y'all say that? Town.
Born.
Y'all from Texas, man. Y'all supposed to know. I know who 60 Miller is. That's Corpus Christi Miller.
Corpus Christi Miller.
I don't know.
Exporters. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Lamarck don't have Ivy Curry, but they still hooping.
Bernie. That's how you say it, Bernie.
Okay, Bernie. Okay, thanks, Coach. Because I be seeing that name, but I don't know.
Rob, you remember Hit the Bernie?
But I never knew how to say the name. I see that come up all the time. Hey, once again, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until the next, oh boy, silly man. Until the next time, hey, this is the Shot Clock. Hey, and we will see y'all later, man.